I knew that everything I wanted was not going to happen without Okay, I'm ready to start recording, but I need to make coffee first because... All right. Okay, so today's video is gonna be a short one because I was conflicted about how to do this video because I have so many goal-related video ideas that I want to do. I could pack them all into one, but I'm trying to get in the habit of not making 25-minute videos, which I don't think there's anything wrong with 25-minute videos, but I think I should be providing a variety of lengths for the dabblers and the diners, if that makes sense. You get me? So that's the goal. And I just think it gives me a better opportunity to focus on the one topic instead of like 3 topics in one and like really dive deep. You get me? You feel me? So that's what's happening. Today is the first of at least 2, but probably 3 or 4 goal-related videos. And in tradition of last year, this actually, no. Yeah, well, okay. Technically today is still 2021, but when this will be out, it'll be 2022. So in the tradition of last year this time, we're gonna start with my word for the year. And I'm holding up my notebook because I have my notes here, but most of it's going to be just like this. So last year, my word was energy. And that was because I was just tired all the time. I was exhausted all the time. And again, 2020 was, but I was definitely not helping myself. My goal for 2021 was just to find energy in any way that I could. And remarkably enough, I did. It's insane to think about how effective just choosing one word and one focus can be, which I probably should take notes about because I am often all over the place and trying to do too much all at once. But I don't think I'm ready for that reality of just always focusing on one thing. I'm not there yet. So, but focusing on one word last year was so effective for me because there's a million things I could do to get more energy. And I could write all of those million things down and pick a few, or I could just say to myself every day or every time I would remember, okay, my goal is energy. Does this bring me energy or is it sucking energy away from me? What can I do to add more energy into my life? And it fucking worked. It actually worked. I'm like actually baffled. It's insane. I still struggle with fluctuating energy levels, but it's so much more even now than it was in 2020. It's all because I would do things that helped me feel like I had more energy. And I've actually like taken tangible, active steps. I've gotten better at eating more often. I started exercising for a while. I kind of stopped for a little bit, but I found a lot of energy in that, and that really helped me this year. I sat down for myself and just took a breather and journaled every morning for 6 months, which by the way, I'm doing a whole separate video on in 2022, probably in the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned for that. But I just found so many ways to bring myself energy. It's remarkable to me that like I actually feel in a position to where I can say, maybe I haven't mastered this yet, but I feel comfortable now choosing a new focus. Anyways, all that to say, I'm very happy. I have built the habit of taking a step back and asking myself how my energy is and what I can do to improve it. Is this going to bring me energy or is it going to suck energy away from me? And so now I can move on to my next word and not just a word that's kind of another random thing I want to hang on to, but rather like the next step in me, I guess, up-leveling my life. It's kind of, the word I'm about to give you could not happen without energy, is what I'm trying to say. And that's exactly why I focused on energy last year, because I knew that everything I wanted was not going to happen without learning to find the energy to do it. So without further ado, my word for the new year for 2022 is execute, which probably sounds like an intense word. Not that kind of execute, okay? I mean like doing shit, getting things done, taking action, putting in the work, like taking the initiative and actively taking steps towards whatever it is you want. Execution is like such a powerful word. I feel like it's this idea of you really grabbing something and like molding it, putting an intentional energy. Didn't think about that before I said it. Putting an intentional energy into accomplishment, like focused, intentional action. That's what execution and executing means to me. And that's why it's my word for 2022. Because I've found the energy, and now it's time for me to just do shit. And that's kind of where I'm at. I don't do a lot of doing, I just do a lot of thinking. Everything happens up here, which is an important step in the process, but nothing happens, nothing materializes unless I do and take action and like get up and move and do stuff. And I am such in the habit of just keeping everything right here and only right here. It can be kind of paralyzing sometimes, actually. It can be really paralyzing. I want to build the habit of taking action, and I want it to get done too. And I feel it's important for me to make that distinction between doing and getting it done, because sometimes I will start the thing, but I won't carry through and finish and get it done. I can't tell you the amount of unfinished projects and adventures and ideas that I have. It's actually a little embarrassing and makes me feel some type of way. I'm still trying to heal how I feel about those things, but apparently that's something that's very closely tied to ADHD. So I will be working on that this year, seeing things through to the end and executing all the way through until it's done. Speaking of ADHD, can we just for a moment appreciate that ADHD, which stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactive Disorder, is really an executive function disorder, and executive and execute, like, can we just appreciate the irony in that? Same root word. That like, I have an extreme executive dysfunction disorder, or executive function disorder, and my word for the year is execute. I'm sorry, but I think that's hilarious. But I guess we know what I'll be focusing on this year and what I'll be trying to learn new skills around, you know? ADHD, in case it wasn't clear. So anyways, that is my word for the year. I would love to know actually what your word for the year or your goal or your focus in 2022 is. Please, if you would be so kind as to share it below if you're comfortable. How does that sound? Good? Cool. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to live your best life because life is too short not to. I'll see y'all later. Bye. I don't know about you, but 2021 in some ways was actually more difficult for me than 2020. 2020 was definitely hard. Like, it started off good. And then day 6 of January 2021. Do I need to remind you what happened in the US? felt like an omen for the rest of the year. Anyways,